E aí, pessoal, aqui, seguindo minha vida geek, eu estou com o Roberto Fraga, que criou o jogo Capitão Sonar.
Capitão Sonar.
Capitão Sonar. Em português, Capitão Sonar. E nós vamos fazer um bate-bola rapidinho aqui para vocês conhecerem como é que é. Valeu? Well, Roberto, let me ask you about the idea of Captain Sonar, because when I saw a gameplay, internet, remind me of an old game. In Portuguese, we call Navy Battleship. Yes, Navy Battleship. Yes, it is inspired.
Yes, sure. But we are two game designers for Captain Sonar.
Oh,
there is Roberto Fraga, which is the captain, and the other one, which name is Johan Lemonnier, which is here. So,
yes. You both created the game, and as I said, it looks like the battleship, but it's more improved, as I can see.
But the first idea was I like to design games which are very different, and the games which are very immersive, which is a submarine game. Immersive, it's normal. So. The idea was to create something where you are living an incredible experience, where in 5 minutes suddenly you are in a submarine giving orders and sending torpedoes, and that's happened during the game.
Yes.
So at the beginning we have started by the easier, which was the captain map with the road. You have to write with a pen, etc. It was very easy.
Yes.
But the most important idea was the idea of the detector, where you have a transparent. You know the game. You have a transparent and you have to ride the road of the adversary and to slide the transparent to see where the enemy could be. This idea I have worked during all my life on a lot of boats. I was captain of a Coast Guard boat. I was a sailor officer on the Merchant Navy. I was a sailor on a military ship. A lot of things.
Really?
Yes. And all these elements helps me to design the game.
So you used a real experience.
Yes.
To
Because to
create a game, it's fantastic.
In old times, the radars were not as now. Now you have computers, all these very big screens. Before it was, I don't know if you have seen on the movies, this kind of radar where we have a thing which is turning toot.
Yes.
It was like that. And sometimes the officer asks you to look for something on the radar, and you use the transparent on it. We do that with a special erasable pen to do a kind of vector lines, something like that. We do that it was in 80. So this idea, the idea of the detector comes from that thing I was doing on the military boats before. So all is connected.
Yes.
And after that, the second officer was not so difficult because it just gouge. You have to feel. But the most complicated to create it with Johan was the engine officer, with the connections, etc.
It seems really hard to try to translate a real ship to a game.
Yes, but when you have work on this kind of ships, it's easier.
Yeah.
When I was on the bridge, which is the common place of I have worked on an aircraft carrier, which is the biggest boat on the military French Navy. On the bridge, there was 16 people at the same time shouting orders.
Yes.
So
it's really hard to control everything.
Yes, it helps, but many of my games, because it's not the only one, but the idea comes very quickly. But this one, we have worked during 2 years. Because, of course, we have tried a lot of ways for the engine officer, for a lot of things, that it was really hard. But yes, when you see the game, it's difficult to know how we have imagined all this connection between, because you have different function, which is very original, but the connection of them, they have to communicate all together. If you have a captain who don't listen to the other ones, he's only on his way, without hearing the engine officer. In 5 minutes, they are totally.
And what brings you here to Brazil?
What brings?
Yeah, what brings you here to show your game? What do you think about our board game market?
I am saying the board game market is increasing. because I was here, and 4 or 5 years before, I was at a Brink Toy Fair in São Paulo. There was only Devir, no other companies. There was only
one company, and now I
have seen
a whole convention.
Yes. It's a wonderful. It happens. The same thing happens in Europe with the eastern countries of Europe, with Spain, with Italy, because I visit the fairs from 30, 40 years, so I have seen the change. And with internet, it helps a lot. For example, in Spain, a lot of people they like to play, but they don't know in the other village there is another people they like to do it also. They are too isolated. So now with the internet, the connections are easier.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot in Spain. They have created a lot of connections. They have organized game festivals. So now there are more publishers, and that increase. A guy which was before just a distributor suddenly has the idea to become, why not, publisher, and to publish games of local game designers, and that's happening here actually, the same thing. So it's wonderful because the games is it's something international.
And the games are bringing people together. Yes. How did this game bring you and Johan together to do this?
How this game brings?
Yeah. Or do you have another game with him?
Yes. In the same category. Huh?
Yeah, no, you and Johan. Yeah. You produced this game.
Sorry. Yes, we have another one.
And do you have another one with him? And what brought you two together?
To work together.
Yeah.
How
did you guys start working together?
Just because it's very simple. And he was.
You are from Spain.
Yes, no, but I'm born in Spain, but I'm living in France, in the west coast, in a harbor. Because when I was captain, I was in this place in Saint-Malo. I don't know if you know, in the west coast. And so Johan was in a game festival not so far, and we have meet together on the mass. Speak about games, and he was working on something, the same category of team building games, and the connection was easy. But the most important is we had a good connection, a friendly connection, because I'm very I don't work so much with other game designers. I'm a kind of un oso. ¿Se dice así? No?
Un oso.
A bear.
Like
a bear.
Solo.
Yes, solo. I'm very. So with Johan it was different, because now we are great friends. We organize a lot of game events together, and it's very important to have a very good connection, not only to have the same idea, to want to collaborate. If you don't have the good feeling together, the result will be very poor. So all the conditions was good for that, and now we have also made another game together, which is Gretchins, published by Devir, which is in the universe of Warhammer, something totally different. And there are all the expansions of Captain Sonar on upgrade 1, and which is already on the market, on the number 2, which will be at SN also. And we have also made another game which name is Sonar Family, which will be published at SN, which is a family version of Captain Sonar. Because a lot of people, the publisher has discovered they had a need for a game between Battleship and Captain Sonar. Captain Sonar is something. It's in the box.
A little bit more complicated.
Yeah. In the box, it's written you can start from 14, but finally, if you play as second officer, just to fill the gauge, you can play from 7 or 8. But the other captain or engineer is too hard. But there is a need between Battleship and Captain Sonar. And this one, Sonar Family, it's it's from 2 to 4, in turn by turn. With and it's always difficult to reduce a game you have worked on it during 2 years, and suddenly to say, okay, but that's not so important. We kill the engineer to reduce it.
Reduce.
But finally.
And this is about how many people play in this reduce?
From 2 to 4, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And only on turn by turn. But finally, it's more tactic, and it's different.
Yes.
Of course, I like so much when we play with at 8 to Captain Sonar, which is totally
Yes.
when all the
It's
people
very
is
interesting.
we are starting to play slowly, looking for the enemy, and when you are very close, suddenly the tension is increase, and when you are shouting orders in every part, you made mistakes. I like that.
Well, thank you very much, and I would like you to send a message for the Brazilian fans that will see and play your game soon, very soon. So, what would say to board gamers here in Brazil?
So what I would say, so you have to play of course, to all the crazy games which exist, my games, but not only mine,
Okay.
because you have a lot of very good games which are produced. When you have this year at Essen there will be 1,200 games, but also to play to the new games designed by Brazilian game designers, because you need to help them
That's true.
to do great things. So
Yeah.
you have to do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
And a word in Portuguese. I know you know something. Say something in Portuguese for us.
Say something. O bacalhau é muito salgado.
Thank you.